Hello and welcome everyone. It is January 30th, 2019, new comic book day, best day of the week. Had a day off today, which was amazing. I was able to actually get in my shop first thing this morning. I was first one in the doors. Glad I was, because I was able to get a nice copy of that Spawn 293 that everybody's after, which we'll get into in a second. So yeah, I'm able to put out a comic book video on new comic book day. It's awesome, first time in I don't know how long, so yeah, we'll get into that in just a second. Thank you to everybody that's watched my videos, sends me comments. I really appreciate it. I mean, because of you guys, my channel's growing. I say it every week, but I really mean it, so thanks so much. And my comic shop shout out this week is to MillGeek Comics. I'm sure you've all heard of that shop. Bothell, Washington. The owner is Russ. You may have heard of Russ. He's on Comic Tom's channel there quite regularly. He's on the top 10 weekly hot books, which I love that video because, man, there's some good info coming out of there. And Russ is the owner of MillGeek Comics. And it's funny, he's only a couple hours south of me because I'm in Vancouver, BC, and he's in Bothell, Washington, which is north of Seattle. So, man, I gotta hit up his shop one of these days. But address and phone number and everything's down below. If you're in the area, give him a shout, stop in, set up a pull list. He is going to be moving apparently to a new location in the not too distant future, next few months or so, I think, sometime this year anyway. So once he moves to his new spot, I'll let everybody know where his new address is, so and phone number and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, definitely check out his shop if you're in the area. And a big congrats, while I'm on the topic of the weekly top 10, congrats to Comic Tom and Russ. You guys, Comic Tom hit 9,000 subs, looks like today or yesterday, I'm not sure, I think it was today, but congrats to you, Tom, that's awesome. I don't know if you're watching this or not, but anyways, congrats on hitting 9,000, so that's a pretty big milestone, and man, you're putting out some good videos, so keep it up, you're doing great. And same to you, Russ, for your contributions to that, and I definitely got to come check out your store. So MillGeek Comics is my shout out. We'll get into my books this week. My independents, I grabbed Feast or Famine from Alterna, number 2. That's number 2. I really like the first one, and this one was pretty good too. The artwork, surprisingly, is actually really good in this. It's on kind of that cheaper paper, which I don't mind. It's only $1.50 for the comic, but it's really good. It's all in color too. It's not black and white like some of the other ones. I had a bunch of other ones from Alterna that I wanted, but my shop didn't bring them in. But he back ordered them, so I should get them in a few weeks. We'll see when they show up. From Scout Comics, they put out some good stuff, and this is in the Stabby Bunny kind of in that world. It's Shadow Play, but I read it, and to be honest, I didn't enjoy it all that much. I will not be going forward with that one. I mean, some people might like it, but I didn't like it that much. From Dark Horse, I got Word or Wired, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Basically about a guy who can't die, and the government takes him on puts him on all these covert secret missions that for dangerous situations and stuff. But I believe it's a 4-part miniseries. I only grabbed cover A, but I liked it. It was pretty good, so I'll keep going with it, see how it is. And my Ice Cream Man number 9 came out today. Really like cover A. Cover B's kind of meh, but I grabbed it anyways. I've been loving this series all the way through. I've recommended it right from issue number 1, and I'll keep buying it. This one's kind of an odd one, dealing with God and Jesus and the devil and in metaphors and stuff. So I don't know. It was okay, but it was a little weird. I mean, most of the stories in there are weird, so why would that be any different? And the big one everybody's talking about this week is Spawn 293. You got a really nice Matina cover A. Got a really nice McFarlane cover B. And this is what they've been doing for a while. So you get like your 2 A and B covers, and then cover C is a black and white version, and inside cover C is all black and white. And the reason this, obviously this is the hot book today because as you're all probably aware by now, there was it's supposed to be black and white like I'm saying, but some of the pages were printed in color. And I'm going to put an image or an email from Diamond up on the screen, and it shows what they're saying, that it's there was an error in it, but it's not a recall. So some people are putting this up on eBay as a recall. It's not a recall. Basically what's happened is they're going to reprint the comics in black and white like they were supposed to be done the first time, and send out however many each shop ordered. So if a shop ordered 10, they're going to get 10 of the corrected ones as well. But it seems like error comics, some of them take off, like this one is, like the Wolverine reprint, like that one, and other ones, they don't take off, but for whatever reason this one is. There is also a first appearance in here as well, and it's leading up to 300. So the comic itself is a good one. I've had Spawn on my sublist for quite a while, and I recommended you get it on there because McFarlane's planning something big for 300, and you don't want to wait right till 300 because stuff like this is popping up. So you got this new character called Godsend that shows up in here. So just based on that, it's a good comic to get, but now because of the first appearance of that character and the color error, I mean, that's why it's heating up. But just be careful what you pay for it. Don't go paying, you know, thousands of dollars for this. I mean, well, not thousands, but you know what I mean. Like, don't go dropping 50, 60 bucks on it, because I don't know that it's going to keep going up. It may. You never know. I mean, the market is weird sometimes with books and prices and stuff, but I got mine for cover. If you can get it for cover, definitely grab it, but just be careful what you pay for it, because I don't know where that one's going, but definitely a good one to get. So anyways, that is it for my independents. From Marvel, I only grabbed a few from them. I got, this one came out a little while ago. It's Venom #9. It's the Phil Notto 80th anniversary variant. I really liked it. I had it sitting in my box, so I finally picked it up. Amazing Spider-Man #14. It's a really nice cover. Love the Rhino, but I don't know. Spider-Man is one of my favorite characters, and I just am not all that jacked up about this new Spider-Man run. It seems like it's just kind of like vanilla ice cream. I don't know. It just doesn't excite me. I'm going to keep going with it. I'm only grabbing one copy cover A. Normally I'd buy 2 copies of cover A and 1 of B, but I'm only buying the 1 cover A just because it's not doing much for me. So anyways, Marvel Knights #6, that's the final issue in that one. It was okay. I was expecting a little more out of that with Kate's being involved, but it was alright. Doctor Strange #10, that is the 400th issue in the run of Doctor Strange. Got the legacy number on the front there, and there is a first appearance in here, and I don't know, I'm going to show images, so just be warned if you don't want to know, but again, I don't know where all these first appearances are going to go, if they go anywhere, but some of them do. And I love first appearances, so you get this guy called Funiculus. So he's got these utensils, and they're made from the bones of a Cinnabus skeleton. They are precision instruments in his hand, so he's like some psycho crazy doctor dude kind of thing, and he cuts out a piece of this guy's brain, and then they stick it in a jar. So I don't know, it's interesting. We'll see where that goes. I don't know if that character is going anywhere, but I like getting the milestone issues if I can. I try to get them all anyways, and that's definitely another one. And like I say, you never know where these characters are going to go or who's going to show up. And a title I have not been buying is Captain America. The only reason I bought this is because you get a new team appearance in here, and again, I don't know if it's going anywhere, but I thought I would mention it anyways. You get this new team called Daughters of Liberty. So I will read off who's in there for you. You got Jessica Drew, Susan Storm, Mockingbird, Echo, Misty Knight, White Tiger, and Annabelle Riggs, who's a human host of Valkyrie. So I don't know. It seems like they're really pushing the female teams nowadays, and one of them is gonna. They're definitely not all going to be super popular, but one of these is going to take off. It just seems to be the way it is. At some point, they'll stick one of them in a movie, and then that'll be that. So, good one to get if you can get it for cover. That's it for Marvel. Like I say, there's not a ton of stuff. Now, a few from DC I didn't get. I put an image on the screen as the Batgirl 31 Artgerm cover. I did pick one up. I put it in my box. I kind of maxed out what I wanted to pay today, so that one I'll definitely get next week. And then the Wonder Woman cover B, I didn't. I don't know. Not a lot of people like that one. I didn't strike me, so I didn't buy it. But anyways, that is a nice cover if you like that one. So those are a couple I didn't get. I did pick up Action Comics 1007. It's the start of that new Leviathan Rising story arc. And it looks like that new criminal organization is starting to kill off all the other criminal organizations in this one. So it looks pretty good. I'm definitely looking forward to that, see where that series goes. Picked up my Detective Comics. Sorry, I'm fighting a bit of a cold here. $9.97. Got 2 copies of cover A. And it was a good issue, but nothing major happened in it. I still liked it, but I think it's way better than Batman. Man, Tom King is pissing me off with his Batman. But don't wait till, I've said it a couple times, don't wait till 1,000. Try to pick up the next few if you can, because they're only a couple away from 1,000. So $9.98, $9.99 probably has some good stuff showing up in there. And I wouldn't be surprised if you get a cameo of Arkham Knight in one of those issues. You may or may not, but it wouldn't surprise me if you did. So definitely worth picking them up. Don't just wait till 1,000. Picked up Old Lady Harley number 4. You got the first Old Man Aquaman showing up. He's on the cover end in the book, and Old Man Joker does make an appearance right on the last page again. And it looks like next issue is going to be a pretty good one with him, so definitely a good one to get. And last one from DC was Justice League Annual number 1. And this is a good one because I've been mentioning it for a while. In Justice League, we had a couple, you had a cameo of Perpetua, and then you've had her name mentioned a few times. At some point she was going to show up, so I'm going to show some images in here. So you do get this image right near the end of the book. It looks, I thought, okay, well, there's your cameo of Perpetua. I guess that'll be all you get. No. And then on the last page of the book, you get your first appearance of her. So it's not a first full appearance, but it is a first appearance of Perpetua. And she's a pretty powerful character because she can apparently create and destroy a multiverse all by herself. So she's going to have, we'll see where she goes, but she's the one that was basically trapped inside the totality. So she's a pretty important character. So that's definitely one. If you didn't pick that up, you should grab a copy of that because that looks like a really good one. That is, and it's funny, like I say, so there, you got a bunch of first appearances. The price hasn't really done anything. Everybody wants the Spawn 293 because it's got color in a book that's supposed to be black and white, so hey, whatever. You know, I grabbed that anyways, but it's just funny. It's funny how people people work these days. Anyways, so that is it for my books this week. Like I say, it wasn't a huge week book-wise, but there is some good ones in there for sure. Couple spec books. Normally I talk about stuff coming down the road, but I want to talk about a couple spec books. There was an article put out by CBR and a few other people talking about Red Death. Red Death was mentioned in the latest issue of The Flash on the TV show. The episode was called Memorabilia, and Red Death was mentioned, so it's very likely Red Death is going to be the next big villain in the Arrowverse. So if you haven't got Batman Red Death, I highly suggest you get it, because this is the first full appearance of the Red Death and his origin in here, in this book. This is the first print, the foil cover. If it's got a foil cover, it's a first print. There was 4 printings of this. If it's just a regular colored, then there's second, third, fourth printing. There's also a New York Comic Con, but it's a different cover, so you'll notice that one right away. It's a foil cover as well, I think. Yeah, actually it is. So that is the first full appearance. You do get a couple cameos and stuff, which I'm going to run through. So in the casting, which was the second book, if I remember right, I think the Forge was the first one. But in the casting, right at the end, you get this cameo of all the iterations of Batman, and Red Death is right there, and then you've got, you know, all the other ones in there as well. So that is a cameo. Then you've got, I'm not going to pull all these out because they're all in Mylar. I don't feel like pulling them out, but in Dark Knight's Metal #1, there is also a cameo in that one. I'm going to put an image on the screen of the shot of that. Again, it's kind of just a black. You can't really, you can sort of see the characters, but you can't, it's not a, what you call really a first appearance. And then Dark Knight's Metal #2, you get the 2-page splash page at the end of the book, which is your first appearance of all the characters. And then, like I say, this Batman Red Death is your first full appearance. And then they did one for each of the characters, as you know, you're all aware. And then Teen Titans 12 is, you know, as you're also well aware, that's the first full appearance of Batman Who Laughs. So that is really good. But anyway, so yeah, this Red Death is a really good one to get. I'd also recommend Dark Knight's Metal #1 and 2, as well as the casting, if you don't have those as well, because they are cameos and first appearances of all those characters. And you know, at some point, they're all going to show up. Like, this was a big event that they had with this Dark Knight's Metal, and it's going to be playing out for years. I said it at the time, and it's going to keep playing out and playing out and playing out. So get those books, and if this guy shows up on TV, eventually at movies, boy, hang on to that one. Last one I got for you is Spider-Man 2, issue #1, because it is the first appearance of basically the evil Miles Morales from a different universe. Key Collector Comics app had this on as a spec book, so I got to give a shout out to him. And he made a good point, because at some point Miles Morales is going to probably need another new villain, or not a new villain, but another villain to be going up against. And I know he kind of went against him in this run, but it's a really good one. So anyways, that's a spec book for you too. It's pretty cheap. You can find that in the dollar bins and back issue bins for cover price or less. So just a good one to get for next to nothing. So anyways, that is it this week, folks. Happy hunting. Take care. I will talk to you later in the week. Bye for now.